The next speakers that we have set up to come on stage, I'm very fond of. Her name is Laurie Finkelstein Reader. And I've asked her to come out. As you can see, her team absolutely loves her, right? That was her whole team over there. And so I really wanted her to come on stage. I really wanted her to share with you, because this morning we're spending it a lot on leadership. We're spending it with a focus on leadership. And Laurie has an amazing ability to grow a team, to do great things, to push to the next level, and to take her team and develop a culture within her team that takes everything to higher levels. Now, I'm going to let Laurie tell you her numbers. I'm going to let Laurie tell you everything that she does. But she is one of the highest producing teams in all of Florida. And most recently, I'm going to say it for you, I'm sorry. Most recently, she was a mega team at Keller Williams, and she severed and created her own company. She is now an independent brokerage, and I'm very proud of her. Give her a round of applause. All right, everybody, Miss Laurie Finkelstein Reader.
Come on, man. Is my mic on?
Should be
Thank
in
you.
a second.
Hey, everybody. Ooh, rah. Well, I can't see any of you, so hope you can see me. My name is Laurie Finkelstein Reader, and David actually approached me and asked me to share. I've got my paper in case I get lost. David asked me to share what it meant for us and how we started team building. How I went from a single agent that at one point was probably doing anywhere from that 25 to 75 transactions, and now we're a team this year who will cross over 600 units, and that's a big oorah.
Hoorah!
A lot of my team members are actually here today, so we're super, super grateful for David putting this on. And when David asked me to do this, the first thing that came to mind for me was I wouldn't be where I am or have a team if I didn't have people like Mr. Matt Weiner.
How you doing?
Give him an hoorah! So 13 years, I've been in business for 21 years, and I've had a team for, I'd say about 19. 13 years ago, I had just started out, and Matt was one of those people that I met, and he took on most of my listing business for me over the last actually couple years, but has been a part of my world for a really long time. Reality is that every day, all day, we receive phone calls, text messages, emails. How do you build a team? This light is killing me. How do you build a team? What do you have to do to get someone and to have an organization? Now we're 20 agents, we're 10, 13 admin. What do you have to do, Laurie, to get people to want to be part of your world? And I feel like it's really important. If I'm going to share that with you, Matt needs to be here. Because what happens is you have got to have, like Christina said, Sam said, you've got to have a vision so big that everybody who comes into your path, the right who, can realize their goals and hit their success within your world and your organization. It looks really easy from the outside, you're building this team, but it's actually really complicated. It's really about making sure that you know each person, their kids' names, their dog, what's going on in their world, what matters to them. Why does Matt need to sell 100 houses in 2018? What does that do for his life? There's multiple ways to start a team. You can start out, just building a team. Our team was built organically by giving this high-powered customer experience and, referrals, repeat referrals. And people like Matt started to come into my life. So I wanted him to be a part of this today because it's only a part of me when it comes to vision. You can have the biggest vision, you've got to have the right who in your world, and I wanted him to share with me about why he would stay on a team when he's perfectly capable of going out on his own. Plus, he's really funny. Take it away, Matt.
All right, how y'all doing? So I took a lot of business classes, graduated from University of Central Florida with a degree, and all you ever heard was find a mentor in the field that you want to be in so you can learn underneath that person. So imagine getting into real estate and Michael Jordan is the lady that you come and work for. Or if you ever seen Laurie dance, it's like as if Beyonce was twerking and you wanted to learn how to dance. So you get to learn under someone. So for me, I got to go on 400 to 500 listing appointments with Laurie before she let me go out into the field and take over that listing business. Most people, they want to get into real estate and they just want to run. They don't want to learn. I got the chance to listen to her phone calls, see how she negotiates with people, see how she talks to seller, see how she asks enough questions to find out what their motivation is. So at the end of the day, the negotiation is with them, not with the other realtor or the client. So for me, it was a no-brainer getting to work under someone such as Laurie to learn the way to sell real estate, which has now propelled me to where I'm at in her organization, sell over 100 houses this year.
I paid him to say all that, just saying. Sounded good, right? So again, for those of you who are, and I like what Christina said about if you're just a single agent, you really can't complete a transaction on your own. You're some sort of a team. You've got to be open to leverage because every one of us will hit a wall. Everybody will hit a wall. You've got to have a great model and a great system. And as soon as you find out that you're not hitting that goal, you're not getting what you want, you're missing a who. You're missing an outstanding human being that believes in your vision and that wants to, they can see that they can have everything they want within your organization. It cannot be about me. I like to say that I work for the organization the same as everybody else does. And I love for Matt to share with you why, again, so yes, I mentored you, but how there is no cap on income within a team. Most people say, well, you know, I'm gonna join a team, I'm gonna sell 25 houses, I'm gonna go and open my own team, and that's great if that's what you wanna do. Don't build a team unless you wanna build others' lives. This is about us building other people's lives. So share with us a little bit about the perception of teams and what that looks like. So all of you that are either on a team or off a team, could we all agree that the perception is that the team leader is the one making all the money? Whoever's running a team knows that's not true.
I think it works two sides. So on Laurie's side, a lot of people, they get afraid to start a team because they don't want to train someone, put the time and effort in them, and think they're going to steal their leads, go do it on their own, and just leave them. On my side of the fence, I look at it like the infrastructure's there, the team culture's there. We have a full admin staff. All I need to do is take what I've learned, use the branding that we have, and grow that team. I mean, on our team, you have the option, if you get to a certain level, to grow your own team within a team. So like for me, this year, we'll sell over 100 homes. There's no cap on income. I'll sell over 100 homes. We'll sell 600 total. But there's no cap on my income, even though Laurie's the name, the face. I say to people all the time, they ask me, why don't you go out on your own? I don't care about the recognition as long as when I walk into the bank, they say, Mr. Weiner, how are you doing? Because I'm in there so many times. And that's all I really care about. So for me, I played sports my whole life, as most of you probably did. And I like the atmosphere of being all together. So I don't see myself having to leave anytime because everything I need is right there, being on the team.
So are there many people in the room right now that are wanting to build large real estate teams? I mean, can we all agree that that's pretty much the wave of the future, our real estate teams? Who in here, just give me a hoorah or a hand if you've got that in mind that you're going to be doing. Building a real estate team. Love it. I love it. Hoorah. Love it. I love that, David. Hoorah. So it's not complicated, but you've got to be on purpose. You've got to have this really, really, really defined on-purpose vision, a roadmap, what it looks like in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And once you've got that roadmap and you find the right people who want to share that vision for you, there actually are no limits. If you're not in business with the right people, that's where it all goes south. We all can get the same models, the same systems. We can all lead generate, do all those types of things. At the end of the day, if there's one thing I learned from Gary Keller, it was your entire organization and your business is going to be based on the who. Who is in your world? everybody you're involved in. And Sam, same thing, what he talked about, how people will elevate you or they will not elevate you. That is so real and so true. When he said, hey, if I came into the office in the morning like a crazy person, now I would just get crazy with him, right? That's what we want. You want to surround yourself with those types of people. Something else that David asked us to talk about was why and how our marketing is working. So who believes in consistency, like on a huge high level? Like, oorah, right? You've got to pick those things that work for you. And I'm all about leading with revenue. I am not about going and borrowing tons of money to hope that you make money. It's super slow and steady wins the race. I'm known for my bus bench marketing. I started with one bus bench 19 years ago, and only when I could afford one after the other, after the other, after the other, is when that grew for us. So marketing, at the end of the day, and for us as real estate agents, why realtors are not winning with it is because they're not consistent. If you're gonna do your postcard mailing, if you're gonna do calling, I say pick something you love so that you'll continue to do it, right? So when it comes to our marketing and on our team, we launched an open house system. This is something every single person in this room can do when they leave here today if you choose. And when we do any types of speaking engagements, it's all about, hey, can you leave with one nugget that you can walk out those back doors, implement, and put money in your pocket? Hold on, I need some water. Open house system, about 3 years ago. We were at a conference and we saw these agents and they're just making a fortune on open house. Now we had always done open house, but never on purpose and never with a system. So about 3 years ago, would you say it's been 3 years now?
Yeah.
We decided that every single weekend, without fail, except on a high holiday, they were going to see the Laurie Finkelstein Reader real estate team out in force. That meant 8 open houses, 9 open houses, 10. That meant 150 signs out on the ground. That's 150 bus benches on the weekend, everybody. It's great branding, great advertising. Now the community and the consumer, they literally expect our open houses. If they don't see them, they will call our offices. They'll ask our agents, hey, where's your next open house? We've got agents calling, looking for our open houses. So we win with marketing simply based, not because we're better, we're just consistent. It is the language of the real estate team that you want to build. You all have to think the same. You have to have one common goal. You want to talk about how we're all driving at that big goal of closing 750 units this year?
Yeah, so we meet roughly around September and we go over our planning for the following year. We base our goal based on what each individual person is committed to, and then we make that number up based off of that. So on our team, everybody looks at it not as like it's friendly competition, but we look at it as we're all trying to achieve the same goal at the end of the day. So we have a lot of like inner competitions with each other, but at the same time, we're helping each other stay motivated so that we can reach our goals as a team. A lot of people, they have teams and they don't look at each individual as they're contributing to what that end result is. They just have a bunch of people that work underneath them. They don't treat it like a family because at the end of the day, you're there every single day. It's a family for us. We all want everybody to succeed. So when everybody has that mindset of getting to the same goal, getting to that finish line together, it's a lot easier to reach that. We started with Laurie, we were probably doing around 100 deals, got to 150 deals. We kind of stalled out at that number, added some key people in, ended up at 250, 350, 450, 550. This year we'll do over 600, but the end goal is going to be to 1,000, 2,000 units in the next couple of years.
Be prepared with growth. Everything breaks, right? So if you're not failing, you're not moving forward. Something I mentioned in the beginning, which I think is the key thing to growing a very successful team, and by successful, I mean that the people within our organization are getting what they want, not what I want. And that is, I'm going to use Matt for instance, but Matt's not the only one. I've got a powerful group of people. They can see that my focus is their success, not mine. And I think that's where we all miss it. I want him to grow and sell 200 homes, 300 homes. That's very unusual thinking, but it really works. the right people will stay within your organization when they can see your transparency, that I care deeply about him getting every single thing he wants.
And from my perspective, when you see that the rainmaker, the person at the top, cares about your success, wants you to get bigger every year, wants to push you to keep raising that bar every year, people, like we talked about earlier, why do you not want to leave the team? Why not go out on your own? You've been doing this for 16 years. Why not go do it yourself? Why do I need to? When the person at the top keeps elevating herself, which is going to elevate all of us at the same time. She knows my family. She knows what I want out of life. So she knows if I'm not doing something to reach my goals, she's going to go to my motivation to make sure that I get to reach my goals at the end of the year.
Yeah, true. Let's talk a little bit, if we could, if it's okay, just about the way our thinking is and the language of a team. I think that's really important. Every team has a thump, has a groove. We meet, and everybody kind of looks at us when we tell them this. We meet 5 days a week without fail at 8:30 in our office, and we basically train for game day. We are training for game day. That means when we get in front of the consumer. 5 days a week. A lot of people say, why do you meet 5 days a week? Well, do all Fortune 500 companies show up at their place of business at 8:30 in the morning and prepare for the day ahead? How we treat the business is the outcome that we're going to get. Our whole thought, our thinking process. If everything's going great in your business right now, I would encourage you to think about what that looks like in 6 months as the market changes. Are you behaving like the next market, or are you behaving like everything's so awesome right now? Are you lead generating? Are you calling your past clients? Are you breaking bread with those people who will send you business? And are you asking yourself every day, are my behaviors indicative of a sustainable, predictable business? We want our agents, and there's many of them sitting here today, I want them to know they're already in dialogue with people that they're going to do deals with in January, February, March. We've got to change our thinking as an industry. When the consumer wants to transact, that most likely may be 18 months out. So if you start today, you're going to have a pipeline that'll blow your mind in 18 months. Don't get distracted by what's not happening right this minute. Be focused, be hyper-focused on what you want to happen down the road. This is where Matt is just critical for me. People say, oh my gosh, you've got these great couple agents that do 100 deals, and I say, that's awesome. That's not what I'm focused on. It's the people in my world. It's the mindset he brings when he walks in the door. It's some of our other super successful agents that get up and teach our agents. They elevate us. They make us better. I promise you, we are living proof that when you surround yourself with the right people that want to oorah with you, you can't do anything but lose. It's almost impossible.
Absolutely.
True? Negative?
Absolutely. Mindset, as like Sam talked about, they just talked about on stage, is huge. If the people on your team are already thinking with their limiting beliefs, they're not going to end up reaching the potential that they want to. So for us, our morning meetings are scripts and dialogue, mindset, going around what our failures are on Friday. How do we learn from those failures? How to keep that mindset going so that we're all like the big synergy on the team and we're all on that same page. If we hear somebody say something negative walking around the office, oh, the appraisal's not going to come in, or I'll never find my client this $200,000 FHA home, we stop them and we make them change that right there on the spot. Because if you already are negating what you want to happen before it happens, it's never going to happen.
Right.
So we make sure that as a team in the morning meeting that we're really getting whatever those kinks out, whatever the person had a challenge with the day before, get that out. So when we get on the phones at 9 o'clock, we just hit the ground running.
Yeah. When you're having challenges, the easiest thing to do, right? I'm really big into coaching. I am a coach, and I am highly coached by other coaches. When you can't figure it out, go find someone that's doing it and just copy them. It's not that challenging. Half of what we've done is that we went out and we said, who's doing this the best? And now we're going to do it. And most of all, why I have so much gratitude for David is that for me, it's all about us elevating our industry. And I feel like this conference, local, that's what this does. It elevates our industry. There are people in this room, Stan, he's sitting right there. Stanley and I work in the same market. We go on the same listings. We are the best of friends. There's enough business for us to go around. We need to become more of a glue. The real estate industry.
Absolutely.
Stanley also paid me to say all that. So I'm going to have a lot of money at the end of this.
Ask me one question.
Yeah. You know what? This is not in our schedule, but if somebody has like one question, we've got 2 minutes. Anybody have one question? Go. So you start a team. Oh, best question, and I forgot to share this. I love you. I don't even know who you are. So how do you start a team? Here's the first question you've got to ask yourself. I ask it every morning when that clock goes off at 5:15. Why would someone want to work for me? Why would they want to share their commission with me? Why do they want to come into my environment? Why do they want to be part of my world? I check myself. It's not about going out and finding this person can sell 20 houses, this person can sell 30 houses, ooh, 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 get them. You've got to spin it around and shred yourself and ask, why do these people want to be in my world? And what am I going to do every day, all day, to make their world better? You start by asking if you've got a value proposition that people will line up at your door to break it down to get in. It's value proposition. Why do they want to be with me? What am I going to do to elevate their world? It's called success through others. We say success with and through others, never around them. So I hope all of you ask yourselves that question, because regardless, it can pertain to anybody in our world. So even though we've been together 13 years, if you think I'm taking that for granted and I'm not asking myself every morning, how am I going to elevate Matt's life? Why does he want to be in my world? You have to be real with yourself. Perfect. We're being real at the Real Talk Conference. You guys, you're awesome. Thank you for allowing us to share with you.
Awesome.
Thank you.